Okay, right.
Here we
Now
go.
you're gonna. I know. Here we go.
It's the first one.
This is the first one.
The first one, yeah.
This is ground zero. Now we've been talking about this for a while, haven't we?
Ages.
Yeah. I'm Shane. I'm from the barn. This is Dan.
From the block.
Yo, like Jenny,
Like Jenny
Dan.
from the block with his dad, yeah. However much I think I look like her, I don't. Yeah, 100%.
Now we've been friends for a little while. Dan
Yeah.
is actually my hairdresser,
I
believe
am.
it or not. And the block. Well, I'll explain.
Well, the block, yeah, obviously it's my new baby. So I'm not open yet officially, but I'm going to be opening in the next coming weeks. But I was working in a different salon when I first met you. That's when you became my client.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just kind of got really pally in the salon, and then it kind of grew from there, didn't it? And
Yeah, I fucking love Dan. And I know, I'm like, Dan's into cars. So like,
I am in the cars, yeah.
yeah, so he's like been watching our shit and thing, and I was like, oh, and he was like, and we've talked about this for a while. We're like,
Yeah.
and like, oh, well, about 2 months ago, we were like, oh, we should do a fucking
Yeah, and it
podcast.
was really random.
Yeah.
I think I literally called in here randomly, like I always do.
Yeah.
And we just made a joke about, oh, we should do a podcast because we just always have random conversations.
Yeah.
And we like made a joke about it, and then we were just like, shall we actually do it? And then we bounced the ideas back and forth, and it was literally trying to pin us both down at the same time to get it done, right?
Yeah.
But I just think I thought it was a really good idea because I think we're from two different worlds.
Yeah.
And I think my friend said that we got like an unlikely friendship.
Yeah.
Because we're completely different. But then we got
Is that Penny?
Petty, yeah, obviously.
Fucking, the amount of abuse.
Obviously, it was me, yeah. But then I was like, yeah, but we got so many things in common as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
And like, it's just a different angle. I mean, like, we live in a world of lots of podcasts and lots of content.
Yeah.
And I love creating new stuff, but I just do genuinely believe that this is a different angle, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
100%.
We're gonna try and do one a month at the minute.
Yeah.
And then see how that works out. Obviously, we're filming this with two different cameras, and how could we forget Dav, who's standing behind the camera right now? And Dav is the guy that edits all our stuff. So like all of the stuff that's on YouTube right now, and he gives me such a hand because obviously the barn is flying at the moment.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. I mean, YouTube is like, well, it's banging at the moment, isn't it? Oh, it's absolutely flying. And we're only a year in. I think consistency is king. It's so hard being consistent when we've got so much on.
Yeah.
But like, you guys are loving the videos. I love producing them. It does help us sell cars as well. We will go into that. This is going to be like a no holds barred.
Absolutely covering everything.
Everything. No secrets. I mean, like, I'm a big fan of not gatekeeping. I think it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're a gatekeeper, you're
It's so true though. I got friends that gatekeep, like, they do good pictures on a night out.
Yeah.
And they take a really good banging picture of you, and then they're like, oh, I haven't got it, and you know they have. Or because like they look bad in the picture and they won't send it.
Those are the worst.
Those are the worst.
If you take pictures and you don't share them with your friends,
Yeah, that's a big problem.
that is a big problem.
Yeah.
You're
That's two C-bombs already. Yeah, we're already off to a good start.
We're gonna have to like dumb them down, because obviously YouTube does not like the C-bomb.
Yeah.
But fuck him. Right, so
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of my thing. Yeah, so I met you in my previous salon, and then I kind of like was touching, basically saying, was thinking about leaving because I was really successful within that salon, and obviously I've been doing hair now for like 2 decades, right?
Yeah.
So, and I've always kind of never really thought about too much of my own salon. I was happy just running the show, being the manager. But then I was like, right, it's time. And I've got to be honest, I don't think I've said this to you yet. Maybe I've kept it for the podcast, but like, you've been a real like inspiration to me, and like, you've been really good at guiding me, right? I don't know how many phone calls have you got? You're like, right, Shane, I rang you yesterday.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I rang you yesterday. I was like, right, I need some advice. I don't know which way to go. But yeah, so like, you've been a good kind of like guiding kind of force in that way, giving me good support, and I think that just kind of reiterates like the kind of friendship that we've got.
Yeah, 100%,
do you know what I mean? And I think that's what's going to come across in the podcast as well.
but like, I just don't see why anybody would like not help person next to you. I got told by one of my business idols when I was younger. I used to drive taxis, and I'll go into this when a little bit later on. And the guy that owned it, a guy called Wayne Harris, and the guy was a fucking legend. Like, if you ever met this guy, this dude, if he said he was going to buy the moon, I'd fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Because he was awesome.
Yeah.
Incredible businessman, but just incredible person. And I was young. Do you know? I was young, and I didn't have a lot of money, and he always helped me out. And when I was like, oh, I want to buy and sell cars, because he used to do it, and I had a couple of taxis at the time. I've always been like a little bit, I don't want to say entrepreneurial, because like that is a very like cliche word.
Yeah, it's cliche, but it's fitting.
I fucking hate being tagged as an entrepreneur. Like,
Okay, so we're never going to use that word.
we're not going to use that word.
Okay,
No.
scratch that.
But like I'm very business minded.
Yeah.
And he's like he said, because I said like I want to get in a couple of taxis. You don't mind, do you? Because I don't want to be stepping on anybody's toes. And he was like, you know that it's a very, very big piece of pie, and everybody's entitled to a slice.
Absolutely.
That for me was the biggest thing that I've carried through my business. That's why I do not gatekeep.
No.
That's why I've got lots of friends that deal in cars. And that's why if they ever ask me for help or advice, I would 100% give it to them.
Absolutely.
Like, because it is a very big piece of pie. We sell a lot of classic cars. Obviously, we're very niche, and I am king at what I do.
You are. You are. You are the Lord.
I am the Lord. I am an actual fucking Lord as well. And so I make sure that if someone asks for advice or asks a question, I'll give them as much help as I can, because you never know when that comes back as well.
No, absolutely, and I think you're right. Though I think that comes across in all aspects of life, and especially in business as well.
Yeah.
I think there's enough work, enough business, enough, like you said, like there's a piece of pie for everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's pointless gatekeeping. Do you know what I mean? And I think I've learned that over my career when I've trained young stylists, and then they come up the ranks and then they leave to go on to bigger and better things. I've never once taken it personal, because I'm like, go fly, go do the best thing, because like I'm proud of them. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I want to keep them to myself. And I think it's so important to like share the knowledge, and
you have to do. Also, confidence. You have to have the confidence. So like, if you're confident in yourself and what you do, sharing ideas and giving information and whatever else is easy, because like I believe I'm one of the best car dealers that I know. So I don't get threatened. I don't feel threatened.
No.
I mean, I never do feel threatened by anybody, because I know that I got my shit handled.
Yeah.
You find that the insecurities of the people within the people that gatekeep, those insecurities are the ones that stop them from moving forward.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, it stops them in the tracks.
Yeah.
And so if you are one of those,
gatekeeper.
not going to say it, C-bomb.
Yeah, don't say it again. We can't get it saved, man.
Fucking that will be fucking beep 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 beep.
Yeah, the whole thing is just going to be beep,
I know,
beep, beep.
I know.
I'm just wondering now, is he going to beep out the word? Like, is that going to be in there as well? Do you know, like
yeah, beep that word too.
I don't say that word again.
Yeah, but yeah, so like a bit of background on myself. I am an Australian who has an Irish mum, and I have a Lebanese dad. I lived in Australia till I was 16 years old. That's why I look weird. And you know how many people say that I got like a Lebanese face?
Really?
I fucking swear to God, right? I have people look at me and go, "You're Lebanese or Arab," and I was like, "Yeah, I am." I have had like people. The last thing the sun's been out the last couple of days. Rich is like, "You've been Lextan." I was like, "I haven't been fucking Lextan. I just, because I'm naturally dark and I take it all in." That's because like of my Arab skin. But anyway, right?
Lebanese.
So like I lived out there for till I was 14. We moved to Ireland for a little stint. That's why I sound like I got a little bit of a twang. And then something happened over there. Won't go into it. Came back to Australia, and then we ended up moving to Beirut. And I lived in Beirut then for 2 years, which is fucking wild. And but I fucking loved it. I loved it. So I've got really like weird mix of cultures, and I grew up in a background that was very business minded. So like my father always was like self-employed, and my mum, who was the real gangster, was the one that inspired me to like go out and just go get
Yeah.
I mean, like she in her vocabulary, can't didn't exist. And she is my ultimate hero, and she's fucking awesome.
I think we've spoken about this before, haven't we? Like
Yeah.
on our own time, we've spoken about kind of like
Yeah.
things that like instilled in you
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah.
And kind of touching on like what you just said, I think the way that I was raised, like my father was always self-employed, and
Yeah.
he's always grafted, and he always instilled in me like, if I want something, then I've
Yeah.
got to work for it. And I think
100%.
that's where my work ethic always come from.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I think that's why I've been in my industry for 2 decades,
Yeah.
because I've just wanted to work my way up higher and higher and higher.
Of course you are, yeah.
And I think it's, you know, definitely, you know, like it's what's instilled in you as a child, and like where you come from, like.
But like, I learned very recently as it goes. I learned 2 days ago. I'm very big in culture, because I do believe that the country that you come from, the culture that you live in,
Yeah.
it massively influences who you are, what you do, right? So I come from a very like Arab. My mum's Irish. They're very hard, aren't they? They're very thing. They don't believe in can't. So I get where I came from. But what I learned the other day was subcultures.
Oh, okay.
Right. Do you know what that means?
I don't know what subculture is,
Right.
but please explain more for the viewers.
Okay, for the camera, right. I got
Not for me,
I
for
got told the other day that a subculture, it blew my mind, because you can live in a country, so that's the culture, right? But then you have a subculture, which is the culture of your family, where you actually come from.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you attach the word culture to it, it gives it a bit more weight, because, like, you know, if you come from a negative family,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
you'll have a negative culture.
Yeah,
I come
absolutely.
from a positive one, so like I have a very positive outlook view and everything.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like everybody has down days.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, 100%.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know what you're touching on is kind of like that, like again, touching on the subculture, is kind of like the environment.
Yeah.
That you're raised in
That
and
you're raised
brought
in,
up
yeah,
in, and
yeah,
if you're kind
100%.
of raised in kind of like a very kind of positive kind of way, then you kind of grow up quite more positive. Do you know,
Yeah.
I have some friends, I won't name names because they're obviously going to see this, but they've all come from different kind of homes, and you can see how it's influenced them as a person.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
100%.
mean?
And like for me it's big. So like, but like, you know, that's a whole nother conversation for
Yeah.
a whole nother time. So like, yeah, so I grew up doing that, and then obviously when we came back here, my obviously we didn't have a lot of money, so we like moved, because we started afresh here. But like, once again, my mum pushed us through, and she done us proud. She's incredible. But I started washing cars when I was like 16.
Yeah, I love that.
I was doing it before the Turks were.
Yeah. Do you
I
know what?
actually
I was talking about this the other day with my friend. I was washing cars when I was 15.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't think I've told you this story.
Shut up.
On my life, I was washing cars when I was 15 because I remember my father said if you want like a certain amount of pocket money,
Yeah.
you need a job as well, and whatever you make, I'll match it. So I got 2 jobs.
Dude, this is everything.
I've never told you this.
This is
yeah.
everything.
And
yeah.
I was in the week, I was working in a pub washing dishes as porter 3 nights a week, and then on the weekend I was washing cars.
Yeah.
And this was before it was like a thing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Before
yeah.
now they've popped up here and everywhere. And it was
Yeah.
it was my friend's stepfather's garage, and it was this random little garage in the middle of nowhere. And they would bring in like just random. We'd have 1 car a day because we would clean it. Do you know?
Yeah,
And I remember
yeah.
literally like cleaning like all the air vents with toothbrushes
Oh,
and
shit.
all shit like that. And I remember one day we had like an old Range Rover Discovery come in, and it was literally from a farm.
Yeah.
And it was literally filthy, like inside and outside. We had to clean it, and it took us the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And I remember we got to the end of it, and we were literally proud as punch of it. And I was a chain smoker at the time, so I went inside, I opened the back of the garage of the door, and I went for a cigarette after this, like looking at the car, proud as punch. And as I was standing there, big gust of wind came in and blew over all, like, do you know like those lights you used to get, like the long beam ones that would slot in?
Yeah, the
With those-
fluorescent ones.
Yeah, so they were all stacked up, and the wind came in and blew them all over and smashed it over the floor.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't pay me for cleaning the car because I smashed all the light bulbs.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember literally after that weekend, I went home and told my dad, and my dad was like, "Do you want me to go and have a word with him?" And I was like, "No, I know I can do it," but I never went back. But yeah, I cleaned cars for a couple of weekends.
Dude, I did it religiously every Sunday.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I love cars anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
like in Australia, grew up in petrol. My father was a massive petrol head, so like that's where I got it from. I have petrol infused into me. Like, do you know, I do this every day, which I keep on saying all the time.
Yeah.
I do live the dream. This is my dream job.
Yeah.
And it is incredible, right?
Yeah.
But but my father was the one that like kind of laid those inroads with me with cars, and I wasn't just into them. I was like obsessed, and I still am. I'm still fucking obsessed. But when I was washing cars, I was charging £10 a car. I was making a fucking fortune. I was like making like doing like £70 to £100 a weekend, and then I have to go and do my shitty job in the Cross Keys glass collecting, which is £2.50 an hour. I was like, fuck this.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Like, why am I doing it? But back then, I realized that there's always another way. I was like 15, 16 at the time, so like I realized that I don't have to go and do what normal people do. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't mean to label you as normal people.
But for you.
But for me, yes. Yeah. No, because like there's a time and place and people do different things. So like, but for me, it was never, I always wanted more. Not that I'm extravagant in any form of way. Do you mean? I'm not. I'm not flashy. No. I'm really grounded because I know exactly where I came from. I mean, I still buy my trainers off Vinted.
Love that for you.
I fucking love Vinted.
I love Vinted. Honestly, I spent like £100 last week.
Vinted great.
Yeah.
I hope they sponsor us. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, can you imagine?
I mean, I fucking love Vinted.
I'm obsessed with Vinted.
I am obsessed. Like, I fucking
Other
love
people's shit, I want it.
I am obsessed with vintage fucking Adidas fucking jackets at the moment, and I just.
Is that your new one?
I'm trying to find something that's just like I'm getting the wrong sizes every time because Adidas for some reason changed the fucking sizes through the decades. So like an XL in fucking the 90s was a different XL in fucking 2000s. Like how fucking ridiculous is that? Just do one size, you fucking idiots.
Has that changed, or has your body changed since the 90s?
I know I have lost a little
I'm just
bit.
going to like touch on that.
Oh, is that?
You're like, I blame Adidas.
I blame it.
Like,
Fuck
if
it.
We're
rolling together. Fuck Adidas.
We're going to have a couple of lawsuits now.
Yeah,
I can just see it. First one done.
Yeah, I know exactly. Podcast over.
Yeah.
Barn closed down. That's what this is. But yeah, so like that's like my kind of background, and then obviously I started doing taxis, went into cars. Then I've always been into cars. I started buying selling cars when I was like 17. Do you know, like you just said now? You've been cutting hair for 2 decades?
Yeah.
Like. I consider that our university. I mean, that's our graduation.
1000%.
It's just that. Like, we're coming to graduation now. I mean, like, I've been pushing buying and selling cars for years. It's only really now that it's starting to make, because it's just being resilient and not giving up and doing it over and over and over again. And I suspect it's the same with you.
Yeah, resilience is so important to me. I think that's so true.
Yeah.
I think there's been many times in my career when I've just like, shit, I don't know if I can do it. I mean, because especially, like, I'm not saying not everyone's jobs are hard, but being on your feet all day, every day. And obviously, I'm a really positive person and I love a gossip, I love a chat, hence why we're doing this. Yeah. But some days, like you said, everyone has an off day. And then when you've got to go into work and you've got to like listen to other people's problems, but then try and be positive, you get your days where it can be quite hard. So there's been points over my career when I have been like, is this for me? But then when I've actually thought about what else I could do, I'm not going to go back to washing cars.
There's no option, is there?
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's what I love.
Yeah.
I love doing hair. It's the only thing I can imagine myself doing it. But I think it's like you said, it's just because I've been resilient, and it has been hard, and it's been hard to work my way back up.
Yeah.
And I've been tripped up here and there, and especially during COVID, because I couldn't work at all during COVID.
Oh, fucking COVID.
Like a lot of people were working from home. I couldn't work from home. Do you know what I mean? And that took a massive, massive hit, because during COVID, the salon I was working in closed down. So I was essentially then out of work.
Yeah.
So I was like, and then I was like, right, shall I do something else?
Yeah.
And I did for 2 weeks. I tried something else. I'm not going to say what it was. And I literally couldn't take to it. It just didn't work for me, and I went straight back into hair. Yeah. And it's resilience, and I think, especially if in like an industry for that, like any industry for that duration, does take resilience.
With me, it was I got with a girl when I was 19, and then I ended up getting married when I was 24. I ended up buying my second house when I was 25. Mm-hmm. I had my first child when I was in that first house when I was 25. So I wanted to do all this, but with cars, I needed capital. Yeah. So like I needed money behind me. So I was scrimping, saving. The house that we were in, we needed to do up as well. And it was so fucking hard. I was going out doing 12-hour shifts. I was fucking off my face on Skittles and Red Bull. Like I literally was. Like,
All the artificial colours
literally
going.
banging the Skittles of Red Bull down me to get through those fucking shifts. I was like, ah. And do you know, like, you get people getting to the car, right? And they just fucking judge you. They get into the car and be like, oh, all right, drive. How's your night? I'm like,
oh my God, yeah, busy one to drive.
I'm like, oh my God. And they used to look at me like as a second-class citizen. I didn't care what people thought anyway, do you mean? I was just there because I had that ultimate vision that I needed to get that shit done, do you mean? And then it came to the point where I started a company called Big Perm way back when. And
I think most people have heard of it.
so yeah, and right or wrong reasons. and like that was like an accumulation of me having a fucking enough, pushing so hard, going, I need to make that fucking step, I need to make that change. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing as well. Like I went into this garage, opened up garage, didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I made mistakes, massive ones.
Yeah.
And I fucked up here and there. Try not to, but it's just what you did. I had nobody teaching me at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a massive learning curve. But once again, went down, got back up, went back at it. And that's
same as anything. It's like, even with like, let's say now, like we made a joke beforehand, like it's trial and error, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you mean? And I think you've got to make mistakes to learn from them.
Yeah.
Do you mean? And I think that's going to always help you in business and in life. Do you know what I mean?
I heard off a guy that I listened to on a podcast.
Are we going to promote them?
Sorry?
Are we going to promote them?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Because I can't remember his name.
I knew that's why you wouldn't say it.
I know, you called me out.
I knew that. I knew. I trust you in it then.
He's like, are we going to promote him? Come on. And he said that if you go through life not making any mistakes, you ain't learning shit.
So true.
Fucking like,
it's so true.
But people go around going, oh fucking hell, I don't want to fucking fail. I don't want to make a mistake. You have to fail.
Yeah.
You have to fail. You have to fucking make mistakes.
Yeah.
And you have to surround yourself by people that are better than you.
100%.
Have to.
Yeah.
Like, biggest thing. My biggest thing is I'm surrounded by people that are better than me.
Love that.
And I'm fucking aware of it. And then those people are not gatekeepers. They will turn around and they'll go, come on in, we got you.
Come with me.
You fall over, come on in, let's go.
Yeah.
And I got goosebumps talking about it because I can name one in particular who is my business partner now. And he is A, the most supportive person ever, and B, like, so lucky to have him as a business partner. His name is Rich Harris. You've probably seen him on some of my stuff. And he will be very present in some of these, just today, not. And he, like the barn, although I'm like massively the forefront of it, he is very much the back office. Not sort of like the back office as in like, he does all the background stuff, but he is the big support. He's helped a lot financially as well, and just in general giving me like the advice that I needed to move forward, and I needed it.
Yeah,
I mean, because
I know and you're not just saying this on the podcast because you said this to me numerous times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I know how much he's a massive part of like your life and how much of like a big support he is to you.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. And he still is, and he's like. Because I got lots of very, very cool, great friends, and and we all get born into families. So your family is like your, it's not, they're almost forced upon you, aren't they? Because sometimes you wouldn't want, like, I'm very lucky that my family's great, but I see it time and time again, people fall out all the time within their families. But my friends are like my chosen family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like I got such a great support network where if something goes a little bit wrong, or if I need advice, I just go, hey, can you give me a hand with this, or what do you think on this situation? And yeah, so that's really important too, to push it forward to be successful. But yeah, so like and then we're here, and now we're doing this, and we lived a dream. I do.
Yeah.
I fucking
absolutely. And I think I've always kind of felt like I love my job, so I feel like I've definitely got my dream job.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like we spoke about this like many times, and like you say it's about elevating.
Yes.
And I feel like now I'm at a point where I'm elevating my career.
Of course.
Because I feel like I'm at that point now where it's time for me to do it. And like with my next chapter that's coming up.
Yeah.
Obviously with me opening the block, my salon. I just feel like it's going to take me to like another level because I want to elevate myself more, and that's coming just from like support from you as well. No, like you're saying about people around you that support you, like, and I just want to like elevate it to another level, and I just because I don't think you can ever be too successful. You can never, and I think the day you stop wanting more is the day. Or the day you think you know it all. I say this to the trainees. The day you think you know it all is the day you stop working.
Yeah, you're learning every day. I still do. I fuck up all the time. Still do. And like, but you just mentioned now about being successful. What's your measure in success?
What's your measure of success? I think there's so many different measurements, though, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I don't think to me it's not about the amount of money.
No,
it's not about that.
No,
you know, I think it's, to me, like, I don't know, like it all depends what avenue, if you're talking about kind of like work, because like I feel successful in loads of different aspects of my life.
Yeah.
Like in like my friendship circle, I feel so successful because of the people that I've chosen to be in my life.
Yeah, cool.
And things like that. Do you know what I mean? How about you? What do you?
I look at a measure of success as lifestyle, because like I know a lot of people. I know a lot of very wealthy people. I know a lot of very successful people in business, but they're not successful in life.
Yeah.
And there's two different successes.
Yeah.
You can be successful in business, but ultimately the most important one is successful in life.
Yeah.
So if you get up every day and you go to work and you fucking hate that job, that's sucky. My brother, recently just finished with a company, can't mention the name. He was paid a lot of money. Like, it was like, I'm not gonna say exactly what it was, well past 100 a year.
Yeah.
Right? And he was in it for a long time, very clever guy, made his way through, worked his way up. This company, he started becoming stressed, started breaking down, just wasn't happy.
No.
And he had like really cool stuff, because, you know, he's got expensive taste, and like AMGs and bikes and houses and stuff, and I remember having a conversation. He's like, I fucking hate this. I mean, and he saw an out. They made him redundant. He took it, because he just wanted out of it. Now he's doing something completely different, not earning anywhere near as much money, but absolutely fucking loving life.
Just enjoying life, yeah.
So I measure success, and like I don't want to keep on talking about myself in this, but like...
No, but I think it's interesting, though, do you mean?
Yes, but I get up every day and I pick up the phone, and I don't start work at a certain time because my job is my life. So I'll pick up the phone to someone if I need to sell a car at like fucking 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or I'll get up in the morning at 6 and go do some filming if I have to. I will. For me, that isn't a chore, because like that enables me to live this fantastic life that I've got right now, driving cars that I do. And if you watch what we do on the barn and stuff, we do promote a lifestyle, because that genuinely is my lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Like, I drive these fucking cars like that every day. You see me hooning around in them because that's what I was fucking built on, and I fucking love it.
Absolutely love it.
So for me, right now, I said this multiple times, I feel like I'm peaking at the moment. Like, I was 40 a couple of weeks back, you know.
Yeah.
And right now, I feel like if it just stays like this for the rest of the time,
you're gonna be selling as a pound.
I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the trajectory that the fucking barn's taking at the moment is crazy, isn't it? Like, Dad's like, Dad knows. But yeah, if it rolls the way it does, it's going to be fucking fantastic. Right. So before, this is like a nice little intro, wasn't it?
Absolutely, I think so.
I fucking think it was great. I mean, Dav hasn't spoken.
I'm not.
Do you want to get it?
Oh, all right.
Oh, he's all right.
Yeah.
We'll get him in eventually.
Yeah,
we'll get him in eventually.
It's gonna get.
He's gonna have a haircut. These fucking millennials.
I should have brought my scissors.
Exactly. Where's he going for his haircut?
That's what he's hinting for.
That's exactly what he's hinting for. I want to go to the fucking dance on the block.
Next week, haircuts.
I know, but what we did with this one, because honestly, I'm going to throw it out there. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah. We had a brief conversation yesterday, like what should we do tomorrow? So we'll get some questions and we'll just have a chin wag.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
That's literally what we said we were going to do.
That's exactly what's happened. The next one will be far more structured. What we're going to do with this one is learn.
Yeah, learn from it.
We're going to learn from this one, and then we're going to
make some mistakes to learn. I don't think it's going to be mistakable. I think people are going to love it.
I think they're going to love it
People
too.
are nosy in there. They like to listen to people's conversations.
I didn't even know where I put my phone.
If you left your phone off camera.
Did I? What we did today, Dan had the brilliant idea of going, I'm going to ask a load of people some questions because we have quite a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, we've made a lot of them where we're doing the pod.
Yeah.
I announced, you announced it on socials, was it like last week or something?
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, it's going to be so good. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, why don't we ask our friends and our followers and stuff for like random questions just to kind of see what it comes up with.
Yeah. And
But I was just like, it was literally anything. They could
Yeah.
be hard hitting, they could be serious, they could be silly. I got a few questionable ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we pull them
Are
up?
we going to start with yours?
Should we start with mine?
Let's start with yours.
I feel like mine are gonna, like yours are gonna be way better than mine.
Oh, they really
Because like
are.
these
I've
are
had,
like,
really
can we
abusive
just
ones.
say like this isn't the company I keep. These honestly, I had some random ones. I had one saying I had a crush on you before we met and you never knew. Someone messaged me going, "What you doing?"
Are they anonymous?
They're all anonymous, yeah. Because
Well, you had anonymous ones. I
Yeah.
didn't see.
Well,
I caught you motherfuckers out, so I know exactly who you are.
so I put the question thing up and literally about 50 people viewed it and no one answered the question.
Did they?
So I was like, right, let me make this a bit more interesting. So I thought if I do anonymous, people, because I literally do not know who they are.
Okay.
So I come up with a few ones. Some of them I can't, like, we can't talk about, only because like some of them were like, we need some juicy confessions you've had from clients as a hairdresser.
Go on,
I
one.
can't though, because then the person who I'm talking about is going to know. I did have a client once, and I can talk about this one because she's no longer with us. But she came in one day and like,
We can talk about her because she's dead.
well, I didn't want to say dead, but she's brown bread. Yeah.
She's in the ground, bitch. I
Honestly,
didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Whoever it is.
you know that
You won't even
happened,
know.
that happened to me in work once, right? I remember I had to let someone go from work and someone asked me, oh, where's so-and-so? I was like, oh, he's no longer with us. He went, oh, he died. He was like, oh, no, he's no longer working with us. It came out wrong. Maybe I should stop using that. Yeah, so I could say that one. She was, no, it's like, right, it's not even that good, but she came in one day and she was like, I was having a big, massive blow dry. And you always ask me a question like, where you going now? Going anywhere nice? What's the weather like? I was like, are you going anywhere nice? And she was like, well, yeah, I just want to look great for when I go home and tell my husband I'm divorcing him and kicking him out.
What? What a fucking gangster.
Honestly,
What a fucking gangster.
it was a gangster move.
That
do you
was a
mean?
gangster move.
She was in the week later then for another blowjob. I was like, how'd it go? She was like, it was just great. And now she was like living her single life.
What?
Yeah.
Well, no, she's not now. She's dead. Did he kill her?
Me? Yeah.
These are the questions. The hard-hitting questions
Oh my
we
god,
need to
next
know right
month
now.
it's going to be like a murder.
I know,
job.
exactly.
Yeah, and I had some other random ones like, I wish we were best friends. Cute but creepy. Don't you think? Like,
think that's
cute,
very
like you want to be,
creepy.
wish we were best friends, but also kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Are you going to be standing outside my apartment block? If you are, I still don't know who you are though, do you know? Let's have a little look.
Maybe go for a drink.
Yeah, I'm single. Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
stop being anonymous.
Yeah.
Stop being creepy and mysterious. It doesn't work for him.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who the fuck you are to ask you out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, grow some balls.
Dan's an approachable guy. Come on.
Yeah, grow some balls and take me to Nando's.
Oh,
Do you
fuck.
know?
You like a Nando's. You know, true story. Never been Nando's.
I knew you were going to say that.
Never been to fucking
Yeah.
Nando's. Like, I mean, I don't particularly like chicken apart from KFC, which I know is really fucking random. I know, because the KFC is
Oh
the
my
worst
god,
chicken.
do you know someone said the other day, like something about KFC, they were like, you know, like it was Netflix and chill. They were like, have you heard of KFC, a little bit of chicken and a little bit of dickin'.
I've actually heard this before. Do you know why?
Oh, why?
Because I'm from the fucking hood.
Because I use it.
Because I'm from the hood, and my friends are like, I'm going to go have some chicken and some dickin'. I was like, I hope not with me.
Yeah. But it also kind of put me more off KFC.
Did it?
Yeah. Chicken
I-
and dickin'. I don't like eating chicken
And
getting some
dickin'?
dickin'. Yeah.
I'm
That's just messy.
I'm starting to see some
That's
stuff.
just
and
messy.
I'm starting to stop. Yeah, I need to. I need to fucking. It's greasy. Lube.
Oh, who needs lube when you
Oh,
got
that's fucking rank, isn't it?
That
like,
is
uh-oh.
hanging. Right, okay.
Right, okay, go on.
Another random one. Are you busy this weekend? I thought that was kind of
Oh,
cute.
that's cute.
Yeah. Right, so there's like, what are your ex? Mine is a bloke counting out change to buy a drink. And do you know what I thought about it? I was like, have I seen a bar, like a bloke buy a bar, like, how much is the pint, mate? £4.90, and he's like, 10, 20. I think I would be like, do you know? Have you got any ex?
I've seen once, right? I was a naughty boy when I was younger, and We won't go into that. And I was in magistrate court once.
Oh wow, I feel like that could be just a whole episode on its own.
It wouldn't, because it was not great. but I remember sat there and some guy came in and he had to pay a parking fine, right?
Okay.
And it was, once again, gangster move, right?
Alright.
Walked in with a fucking bag full of 2p coins, placed it on the table, and had the woman count out the 2p coins, and I sat there the entire time watching it.
How much was the fine?
No, I don't know how much it was, but it took her fucking ages. I sat there fucking ever. I went into the courtroom, came back out, she's still counting it.
Ah, poor bitch.
Yeah, I know, that was really
I
bad.
feel sorry for her as well because she's not the one that gave the fine.
No, I agreed, but you can understand where he's coming from. He's like,
100%.
fuck the system.
He's proved, fuck the system.
Fuck the system. He's like,
proven
I'm going to
point.
fucking show them. They want to take my money, they could take my money, bitch. But
That
it's
is
gonna
funny
be
though.
like
I never thought of that before, but when that was sent to me by someone anonymous, I was like, that actually is a bit of an ick.
But hold on, what is your ick?
My ick? oh god, my list is endless.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, there's loads of things that make me go like, I remember once, like, it's changed now. I was very young, I was naive, and I went on a date with this guy, I won't mention him, and he walked in a pair of mixed match Converse.
Right.
I totally feel that now, and that'd be my vibe now.
Right.
But at that age, I was very small-minded. I was only like 21, so we talked a while ago. And it just really turned me off. So I said I was going to the toilet, and I just did a runner. And then the worst thing about it was, I bumped into him the week later in a gay bar.
Yeah.
And I took him home. And it was only when I got back to my house or in my kitchen, I realised he was wearing like sparkly eyeshadow. Yeah, and then I was like, well, I brought no one now, I don't know what to do. So I give him a face wipe. He didn't wipe it off. Yeah,
I thought you were going to say somebody else. I thought you were going to say somebody else, God. I was like, we're going too far already.
Yeah, here we go. If you could say. Yeah, but then my sister dropped him home in the morning because he lived in Patalba.
Yeah.
I was hungover, I didn't want to drive all the way.
Yeah.
So my ick was that. What's my ick now? Tell you what I don't like is someone with no drive. You know,
Oh, dude.
You know, like someone that's just like happy. I was dating a guy before who was like on a 0-hour contract.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise it was an ick until I realised it was an ick.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you're going to pick up any shift? He's like, no. I was like, oh.
Get up and go to fucking work.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, if you're sitting at home watching this this podcast now and you're sitting in a chair, you're like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. And you're sitting there on benefits, being a lazy C-bomb, turn off. But tell your friends.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going with that.
Tell your
I was
really
like,
popular
where you
friends.
going with that one?
Yeah. But like, no, I completely agree.
You agree
also,
with that?
massive ick, 20 mile an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
20 miles an hour. I
fucking
feel like you should have brought this up now because I feel like we're going to go on a tangent.
Dude, right?
I know
I'm
it pisses
quite
you
willing
off.
to go on this fucking tangent though, because Drakeford, you're a fucking idiot. Who, like, 30 mile an hour is slow. Bear in mind now that 30 mile an hour has been around for like, what, since the 70s? Cars have gotten better since then. They brake better, the safety crash things are better, the crash things for people that you run into better, and in my mind, if you hit someone driving through a fucking village and they're on the road, it's their fault. There we are, said it. Fucking if you're on the road and you get hit by a car,
It's your fault.
that's your fault. Don't be on the road, you're a fucking idiot. And I call that natural selection.
God has a plan for everyone.
That's right.
I feel that way about cyclists. Like, I don't mind hitting a cyclist.
Oh my God.
I haven't. I haven't hit one.
No.
But like, if I did, I wouldn't be like, oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd
Get
like,
off the
you were in the
fucking
way,
roads.
yeah.
And they're so,
On
and
the
you know,
pavements.
cyclists, right? Cyclists, another ick, right?
That is an ick.
They just think that they're fucking better than everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you were a cyclist and you just like were normal and you're like, you know, I'm on the road and I'm sharing with everybody else. Okay.
They don't though.
They're entitled fucks.
Yeah.
And like, they fucking ride around in their fucking lycra. I mean, this is covered many times by loads of other people.
Yeah.
And now you've got to like, you got to be like, you got to like make massive way for them.
I
and
ain't got
stuff.
time for that.
No, nobody has. Nobody has time for that.
And
or
it just
20 mile
bugs
an
me
hour.
because they're like cycling around on the road pretending to be cars, and it just pisses me off.
Yeah, no, fuck off.
Yeah,
Get off the
so-
fucking road. So 20 mile an hour. And do you know what's worse than the 20 mile an hour thing, right?
What?
Is the people that in the 20 mile an hour thing do 15.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
The thing is, all right, it's like 20 miles an hour. I'm not going to do 20 miles an hour because I didn't do 30 when I was 30.
No, I know.
Do you know? I've always driven around about everywhere. So
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
this is why I was on speed awareness course a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, but and do you know they don't give you tea and coffee in them things anymore?
Don't they?
I did one about 7 years ago, and they give you tea, coffee, biscuits.
Can't
It
you
was
do it from the
lovely.
house though?
They don't give you anything
You do it
anymore.
online, can't you?
I did have that option, but I kind of wanted to go and see because I thought there might have been biscuits. I know I could have just gone to Tesco.
Yeah.
I just love a free biscuit.
Oh, dude, I had a conversation literally yesterday with a friend about this.
Oh, yeah.
About biscuits and
Right.
like what the biscuits was, and they were like, yeah, no, that's a really random conversation. That's another conversation. but like, if
20 miles an hour.
I was prime minister or president, whatever it is of this country, I would hire snipers to stand in like all the 30 minutes. Oh, we got 10 minutes left. Shut up. Has it already been 50 minutes? This is crazy.
This is what we do, though. We gab so fast.
I know, yeah.
So-
Has it been good quality though? Oh, look
So
at
I feel
that,
like we
this.
need to like bang out another couple of questions.
Okay,
then.
go on. Okay, but I would just get snipers to shoot people and then just take them away. That's what I do.
Have you got any juicy questions you want to get?
Right,
through?
oh, yes, I do.
Rather than my ones, like, are you busy this weekend?
Hold on.
And someone asked me my body count. I thought that was really rude.
What? Your
Yeah.
body count? What's
You're
the
like-
fucking body count?
How many people you've slept with?
That is rude.
I tell you.
That is rude.
Not even I know.
Okay, right. I've got one here, right, which is quite good.
Go on.
Why do you hate Mike Brewer? How far are you on your £500 Empower Car Challenge? Right.
Oh my god, I love this challenge.
I do too, but like myself and Dad have been pummeling this shit the last year, right? When I started that, people were on it. They wanted to see that stuff, but I just didn't feel that we were in the right place to do it at the time. That's down to us, isn't it, or down to me. I said that we were having this conversation before, when that I want to do everything 100%.
Yeah, you've always said that.
Not 100% because that's not possible, but as best as possible.
You're going to do like a half-assed job.
That's right. We are in the best position right now to be able to bring that content to you and it be the best that it could possibly be.
I think that
So-
challenge, though, you can always come back to it, though, can't you? To me, it's
But
always
we
gonna
will,
be that,
but
yeah.
we've changed it a bit. I've changed it from Empower to a W111 because I'm being really selfish and and because I really, really want one and I'm not going to sell it when I have it. But like, and I'm going to build it the way I am and then you're going to think, oh my God, what's he going to do next? Nothing. I'm going to start all over again. But yeah, and why do I hate Mike Brewer? Because that guy has fucking no taste in cars. Right, next question. Right? Shag, marry, kill, BMW, Mercedes, Audi. BMW would be the slag. Mercedes is a lifer,
Is a
isn't it?
keeper.
Yeah, Mercedes is a
Like,
lifer.
wife up a Mercedes.
That's right, yeah.
Shag a BMW.
That's right. The BMW is that dirty little slag you take out and like on the side. Not that I have a side piece. This is making me out to be really bad. I don't.
No, we're
But,
still
like,
talking about cars.
it's all about cars.
Yeah.
Like, and the irony is, I've got one. I've got a Merc and a BMW, and I take my Merc out when I want to be classy and like.
Yeah,
that
that's
thing
slightly
is-
little BMW ad that I loved, and you let me drive it.
Which one? The Z4.
Oh, the
that
Z4.
thing was amazing.
She was a
yeah.
sexy little
that
slag.
thing
I
was
loved
fucking-
driving that,
And
yeah.
it was a slag.
She was.
What a fucking slag that thing was. But yeah, and now I got another slag to replace that. It's a Monaro.
Still
More
talking about
about
cars.
I got so many fucking cars. I got so many cars. Right, what's the favourite car you've ever owned? Okay, we're gonna cut to this. We're gonna have to end this up really soon.
Let's
but we'll
do
just go-
this one, that last one then.
Yeah, we'll do this with the last one.
Okay.
Favourite car I've ever owned? I own it.
You got it.
I got it. Well, I can't choose just one. And I don't think it's going to be ever owned because I will always have more cars.
Yeah.
I mean, the ultimate. I mean, I love the Ferrari brand, but I also love my E28, and that thing's sick. Right, I think we're going to have to end this up because, like, obviously the camera over there has died.
Yeah.
This has been an hour. Can you believe it?
How fast has it gone?
Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's gone
Next time we're going to bring people into it with us.
yeah, a bit more structure as well.
A bit more structure. This is just a practice
fun,
run.
though.
I know. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it?
I've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it?
I fucking loved it.
I hope
What about
people-
that?
I hope people like it. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I mean, this
Smashed
time
it.
has fucking flown though. This is
Smashed
crazy. It's been
100%.
crazy. Thank you so much for watching, guys, liking and subscribing. Like, I cannot stress that you guys watching, it's not even subscribers anymore. They're just the watch hours.
Yeah.
Our watch hours are flying. Like,
Oh,
even
yeah.
though subscribers are building, our watch hours are flying. Instagram are like 17,000 now, which is crazy.
Sick.
I mean, we got so much more to come.
Yeah.
Like, so much more. I'm just so excited about it all. Dan, like, this is like, we're saying this like, it's very heavily barred at the moment because we're in like, Rants HQ.
Yeah.
Really. But Dan has got really exciting news on the horizon, which we can't quite talk about yet.
No. Next episode, possibly.
Next episode, possibly. And honestly, it's very, very fucking exciting. And we should be able to do something from there.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be amazing. And this is not going to be your like average podcast, is it?
No.
We're going to do like some. We're going to do some.
It's going to be random as shit.
Yeah, Gucci shit. And bring people into it as well. So I think it's going to be exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll see you next month.
Next month, yeah.
Next month? Yeah. Thanks. Ciao.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.